They all know each other. They all fist pound each other. They're all seeing each other's improvements and developments. This is really cool. It's really become like almost like a little morning crew family.
A stronger Kellenberg Memorial is always in the making, be it physically, spiritually, or mentally. Our work is dedicated to the well-being of the whole person. These days, some of that work is happening in St. Sebastian Hall, our newly renovated, collegiate-level weight room that's become so much more than just a place to build muscle. It's become a place to build character and community. Welcome to Flight of the Firebirds, a Kellenberg Memorial podcast. I'm Sophia Venturino, a senior at Kellenberg Memorial. I'm joined by Mr. Chris Alfalla, a teacher and coach who played an integral role in the design and execution of our new facility.
How you doing?
Thank you so much for being here. We also have Coach Cole Neuendorf, who is one of our strength and football coaches.
How's it going?
Sophomore Michael Cotto.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And lastly, we have junior Veronica Braut.
Hi, I'm happy to be here.
So guys, St. Sebastian Hall has really developed a loyal following of students who start and end their day improving themselves here at the school. The facility itself has come a very long way since last year, which all of us, I think, can clearly tell. Coach Alfalla, would you mind starting us off, maybe sharing a little bit about the history of the weight room and how it looked and functioned before the big renovation?
I came here in 1990 as a student, and I graduated in 1994. And the hallway outside my office, which is called Inspiration Hallway, that was the weight room. And then when wrestling was out of season, they would put everything in the wrestling room, and that was our weight room. So when I came back to work here, all of a sudden we had this space above the garage, and I was like, oh, this is cool. It's better than what we had. After 2020, I stopped coaching baseball, and I thought it would be a great idea to open the weight room in the morning. So spending a lot of time up there, you start thinking, having ideas, how can we improve? And then they started this building, started getting excited for the cheerleaders to get out of the weight room. So we started thinking about what can we do? So at first we moved some stuff around. Then when we saw the amount of space we had, I started thinking, hey, there's only like 3 bench presses here. And there's 2,700 kids in the building. We have to come up with something, at least come up with an idea. Eric Micey and I got together, and I was like, what do you think if we got 3 racks on either side of the wall facing each other? And he was like, I think we could fit 5. I said 5 on each side, 10 racks. That would be so awesome. If we did that, we could open up for more cardio space. Then we started thinking like a whole team could practice over here if we do this. And then especially afternoon, the 3 to 5, it gets crowded up there. If we do that, all those kids could still work out on the other side of the gym. We reached out to a couple different companies. And then one of the companies came up and was just as enthusiastic as Coach Micey and I. He came up with this plan, and we were like, oh my God, this is it.
The next question is for Veronica and Michael. What are your recollections of last year, how the weight room looked?
Dear, like Coach Alfalla said, we only had 2 squat racks. Even my freshman year too, I'd be wanting to do legs or something, and I remember like having to wait for like the machine I wanted. Now like there's no wait. You have so many options, and it's really great.
Michael, how about you?
Last year, I didn't really go to the weight room that much, but when I would go, I would notice it would be very crowded, and I would have to wait, like Veronica said. And with the new addition to the weight room, it's just great that I could just go and do what I want and get it done with in the morning.
I completely agree, because obviously as students, it's very busy with homework and everything, and you need time to work out. So I do have a lot of friends actually that come in the morning. Coach Neuendorf, how has the new weight room enhanced the way that specifically our student athletes train from your perspective?
So I was here for my first year last year. We still had the old weight room. Like Coach Alfalla said before, there really wasn't a lot in there. I mean, we made do with what we had. At least for football, we'd have 60 guys up there, and a lot of guys would be waiting around. A lot of guys would be talking, fooling around. Now we can comfortably fit 50. We can fit 60, 70 if we need to, but we get 5 guys in a rack, 3 different things going on at one time, or we can have so-and-so is squatting, so-and-so is spotting, so-and-so is resting, and so-and-so is doing their superset or whatever workouts paired with squats. And we're able to get good workout in 30, 40 minutes, whatever we have in season. And then in the off season, it's been great because we've started expanding to other teams. I've worked with the men's lacrosse team, the boys lacrosse team, the girls lacrosse team, volleyball team, a few other teams here and there that have been interested in working out. And I'm able to have, especially in the mornings, I'll have half the weight room would be girls lacrosse and football would be on the other side. And since we've updated everything, it seems like more kids are interested in being in the weight room and training before school, training after school. And I think that's really great, especially for a lot of kids that say they want to go play in college and play past high school. They're just developing habits that'll help them when they get there.
So, guys, we've talked a lot about athletics so far. Coach Alfalla, could you tell us something that you personally noticed forming up in the weight room beyond athletics, but within the community?
Some of the things you see up there are pretty cool. The girls' basketball team went up there this year with Coach Kirk. You know, you started seeing them develop quickly. We do this thing at the end of every month where we do a bench press test. You start to see the girls come up and be like, oh my God, how much did you get? How much did you get? And then it always goes up. The process works. When we go up there, you have two different styles of workout. You have Coach Cole's style, which is, athletic training. You have my style, which is more bodybuilding and mass production. Either way, you're up there, you're rooting for each other, and it builds like a sense of camaraderie. So in a sense, you might be on baseball, you might be on wrestling, you might be on girls lacrosse. You're also on the weight room team. We have many kids who also aren't on sports, and it's a great experience for them too. I mean, they're seeing the same gains as the athletes. They're working right alongside the athlete. They all know each other. They all fist pound each other. They're all seeing each other's improvements and developments. This is really cool. It's really become almost like a little morning crew family. And they do it without their phones. It's pretty cool.
Honestly, it's probably the 1 hour a day they don't have their phone on them or they don't have their face buried in their phone. I work with people all day. I have a lot of human interaction, and I think it's a very good trait to have, especially in today's society where everything's on a screen, everything's behind a computer, behind a desk, where you should be able to have that one-on-one conversation with a person you've never met.
There's a cell phone addiction in the world. You don't realize it. Like if your phone's near you, if you go out to dinner and it's on the table, you're going to use it. If a kid has it in his pocket, he's going to look at it. She's going to look at it. Whether it's changing a song and then they go to another app and they're looking at pictures and they'll go to another app and they'll look at videos. And it's like, what are you doing? There's a person next to you. That person could be the best man at your wedding. And you're just not talking to him because you're on your phone. So this year, I asked Mr. Feckman to get us a cell phone jail, which is what we call it. And, the kids can listen to music, but you want to change a song, you can come over, and the thing is next to me, so I know if they're doing anything on it that's more than just changing a song, I'll tell them. But we really try and get them to give themselves a break from the phone. And we're trying our best, fighting a good fight.
And I think a lot of times you don't really realize how much we need that break until we take it, and we're also improving ourselves in the process. And by disconnecting, by doing that, we learn a lot about ourselves and, like you mentioned, the people around us who we might not even know unless we detach. So Veronica and Michael, why did you personally make the choice to go to the weight room, and how has it impacted you since then?
So I originally started to go to the weight room in the morning because I was really busy with baseball and homework after school. I have baseball every day during the week, so I decided that if I could get a workout in the morning, it would help with my time management for homework and baseball. My grades have increased, I get more time to study, and I feel great after a workout in the morning.
That's awesome. Veronica, how about you?
So kind of the same reason Michael did. I would have no time after school between club practice, homework, studying. So when I go to the weight room in the morning, my workout is done for the day. It just makes it so much better after school. It's so much less stressful and anxiety producing. Even after school, I find I have more time to practice lacrosse because I don't have to worry about getting a workout, and I can also go and do wobble or a ladder and shooting, and it's really helped my game as well as my academics.
This whole morning thing is that's what it's all about. You work out in the morning. We have this idea of, you recover during the school day, and then you go to practice and you dominate practice. You're feeling strong, you're feeling good, and then you go home, you can spend time with your family, eat dinner at a proper time. If you work out after your practice, your body's depleted. So you're going to a workout tired because you went to practice. Then you got to do homework, tired. You're taking away time from your family. You come in the morning, every aspect of your life is refreshed.
Even for the teachers, I'm sure they see kids more awake because a lot of times waking up early for school, you're so exhausted, but getting a workout in the morning obviously is the best way to start the day. Coach Neuendorf, can you tell us a bit about your role as a strength coach and how the facility has expanded your capabilities and your work with the students?
Outside of here, this is what I do full time. I run a company. I've worked at other gyms, similar setups to upstairs. Most previous gym I've been at, very similar in terms of number of racks, layout of the gym. So it's just very comfortable. It's something I'm familiar with. I'm able to transition basically everything I do outside of here into Kellenberg. We tell the kids why go pay for a trainer when this is what I do outside of here and offer it to you for free. It's built into your tuition because we talked about The school wants to build well-rounded people. There's all this emphasis on the academic side. Now with this new building, the FCA, and the new weight room and the little updates they're doing throughout the athletic department, you can now see the emphasis they're putting on the athletic side and the physical side of the students. And I think when I got here, it was just a good fit for what I have going on outside of here and what the school's looking to do for all their students and their student athletes.
Especially as a strength coach, I'm sure you've witnessed that firsthand. So, Veronica, what have you seen from your friends or other students, whether athletes or just what have you noticed from them since the new facility opened?
I mean, everyone loves it. I remember I worked open house with the weight room, and everyone went in and they're just like, oh my gosh, this is a high school? Like, this is literally like a college level facility. Every single person who walked up there, their jaws literally hit the floor. It's amazing to watch.
Michael, what do you think?
I think that all my friends that I've brought to the weight room, like I recommend going in the morning, and at the end when we're talking in the locker room, they're like, oh my, this weight room is just incredible. And it's way more than they expected.
For XLT Day specifically, my friend and I, we always hit legs before XLT. It's like a ritual now. And as a senior, it's like we have one more left. It's crazy how time passes. But even at the old weight room, for years we've been doing it. We do, after school, we go to a club, we go to Aquinas League, we go to weight room, hit legs, always. And then we go to Adele Club, XLT, home, bedtime. And it's been so fun. I remember the first time we did it for the first XLT this year, we went up there and we were like, oh my gosh. With what you said, Mr. Alfalla, with all the squat racks, we were like, we don't know how you guys did it, but it just looks so much bigger now. Coach Neuendorf, with what you said before about well-rounded individuals, spiritually, mentally, athletically, just in all these different aspects, how do you think the new weight room aligns with this goal of our school?
I think it's great, especially since the weight room's been finished. You see there's more kids up there than there were last year. Whether it's the Latin schoolers, the seniors, juniors, sophomores, whatever grade, they see there's an interest in what's going on up there. There's an interest in working out. There's an interest in physically developing. We were joking around about it before the podcast with a couple of teachers. Kids don't do things that they used to do in like the 90s. Like we said, we were talking about like growing up or living in the 90s, living like it's the 90s. Kids don't run around outside until the streetlights come on. Kids don't hop 3-foot fences they don't ride their bikes. There's just a bunch of things that, I don't know, I never thought was that complicated growing up that I would have to teach now. Whether that sounds weird or not, I have to teach kids how to jump. No one taught me how to jump when I was 4 years old. I'm like, when you jump, you can't get shorter. You got to get tall. Like, your hips have to come up when you jump. I think it's a good thing that we have this and there are so many kids interested because those silly lessons are just being taught from Latin school through high school.
Utilizing the weight room in all the different ways you guys do, whether as a student, as a coach, what are your goals for the weight room and for the individuals, whether it's at the same time as you or in the years to come, to use it to their full potential? Mr. Alfalla, we'll start with you. What do you wish the weight room will bring about for the school?
We've done a great thing up there. I think we're going to keep trying to make it better. We're going to keep improving on it because we're so excited about it. That's going to feed into the student body.
Veronica, for you especially, as a junior next year, you'll be a senior. It's your last year. I'm sure you know it just as well as me. Time goes by super fast. As an upperclassman, what do you wish for the younger students and what do you hope the weight room is going to do for them?
I think particularly getting more girls going, even from my freshman year to now, there was literally like 3 girls going freshman year. Now we have all these girls teams who are up there and it's just like crazy how much it's grown. So I think even more than that, like maybe even Latin schoolers, young female athletes, or even just students going up there would be really awesome to see.
I completely agree. I've seen the same thing. I remember, because a lot of times it's intimidating when it's all guys up there. And that's not just Kellenberg. That's a worldwide experience, I think, going in somewhere where it's mostly guys. I've seen it a lot too. Girls coming in, even if they're not on sports, which is specifically hard. If you've never worked out before, it's like, now I'm going to go up there and I don't know anyone. But I think it's a great community that we've formed. Michael, how about you? You're a sophomore, so you're kind of smack in the middle. What have you seen from upperclassmen, juniors, seniors, and what have you seen from your own peers?
If I'm doing a new workout for the first time and I'm doing it incorrectly, either Mr. Alfalla or my friend will come over and show me the right way to do it. There's a lot of baseball players that are up there in the morning, and they're always so encouraging, and it's just a great experience.
So kind of along with that, Coach Neuendorf, how do you see this space helping to build discipline and mental toughness among all the athletes that you work with?
I think discipline is a very good quality that people can have, especially athletes. think confidence comes from repeated discipline of doing the same task over and over again. And to play a sport, you need to be very confident. To succeed at that sport, you need to be very confident. In general, I see a lot of kids today with fake confidence because they'll talk a big game, this, that, and the third, and then they'll step onto the field and it's, maybe. Show up every day, do the same thing consistently, and eventually you'll get so good at it that you don't have a choice but to be confident at it. And that's not just sports, that's school, that's everyday life, that's anything you're going to do.
The toughest workout of your day is getting here. And if you can get here early, you've already accomplished the toughest task of the day.
It's like they say 90% of it is just showing up. Michael, you said you go in the morning with your friend. What is that like getting there early? Is it hard? What discipline have you noticed that you developed?
It's really hard. Honestly, I don't think I'd be able to get there if it wasn't for my mom because I struggle waking up to alarms. So my mom wakes me up in the morning and then I eat breakfast and then I go back to bed for another 20 minutes and then I get ready and my friend picks me up.
What have you guys noticed about yourselves, the development that you had from the weight room, and how is this discipline and toughness, resilience that you've developed going to help you in your future, and what are your future plans with that?
I've gained over 15 pounds of muscle just from going every morning, starting to eat right, and this weight room is really going to help me just throughout my life because after high school, I do want to play baseball in college and hopefully after college. It's just made me an all-around better athlete, and working out in the morning, I think it's just made me a better person because I'm happier throughout the day.
Yeah, that's awesome. Veronica, how about you?
So I want to play lacrosse in college, and I think already going to the weight room every day in high school will give me an advantage. And then even past college is giving me the building blocks for a healthy lifestyle.
One of the best things that I've noticed from Veronica is that she's become like a team leader by bringing people up. And they're all like her teammates. And then that transcends onto the field. They're like, hey, Veronica makes good decisions. Let's follow her on the field too. That transcends to the weight room. Like she's become a leader and she doesn't even know it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's great that you noticed that in her. That says a lot, I think, about you as a coach. Do you have any message that you want to give to the individuals that supported the project and made it possible overall?
This couldn't be possible without alumni and donors who immediately, once we started posting about it, gave to the school. They saw our vision. We put out the plan, and they're going to be giving to generations of kids because of this. I mean, it's going to teach kids life lessons that are so important, and it's going to do that to generations of Firebirds going forward. You could tell Brother Ken knew it was important. Mr. Conrad knew it was going to be awesome, and they really trusted our vision for it. We can't thank them enough.
I think, guys, if there's anything we've taken from this conversation, it was that strength isn't just a physical thing, but it's mental. It impacts your life. It changes you. It helps you be better for the people around you. And it comes in all shapes and sizes. In our St. Sebastian weight room, it's not just about who can lift the most or run the fastest, but it's about creating a place where, regardless of experience, our students can feel empowered. So that this space may always be used as a hub of transformation, shaping stronger minds and hearts, we pray to Saint Sebastian.
Saint Sebastian, you were a soldier of Christ who displayed incredible strength and faith. As the patron of athletes, we ask you to intercede for us, that we may be strong in faith and endure the challenges we face. Saint Sebastian, pray for us.
I want to personally thank Coach Alfalla, Coach Neuendorf, Veronica, and Michael for being here. I'm Sophia Venturino, and this is Flight of the Firebirds.